meal is followed by a period of fasting. And there is a person known as the Kolosnik, which is the first person you receive on Christmas at your home. That is to summon prosperity and well-being. And if it's a lucky year, that person is invited to return and do the favor again the next year. If it turns out to be an unlucky year, the person may return, but not in that capacity. Someone else performs that role. The main course for Christmas Day is roast pork. And there's a poem, which I'd like to read for you, that describes the celebration of Christmas. And that is, the fire is burning brighter than ever. The straw is spread in front of the fire. Christmas logs are laid on the fire crossways. The rifles crack, and the roast on the spits do turn. The gusla plays, and the dancers sing. Grandfathers dance with their young grandchildren. And the kolo join 3 generations. It seems they're almost of the same age. Everything is filled with bright mirth and joy. But what I like best of all, so help me, one has to drink a toast to everything. The reason I became interested in this is that I remember when I moved up here, the Christmas decorations stayed up, and people told me that's because of Serbian Christmas. That didn't completely explain it for me, but everyone here, I'm sure, knows the answer, is that they use the Julian calendar. That's what, likewise, I was told. I think Lion Wayne, for the wrestling, also observes the Julian calendar.
For the wrestling, yeah, I missed that.
I had to look up for myself why there's a difference in the calendar, and the basic difference is how the year is measured. And under the Julian calendar, which, by the way, the name comes from Julius Caesar from the year 45 BC. It's a calendar that he created to regularize the commercial transactions so that different people were using different days. It is measured by the vernal equinox, which the equinox being in the spring when the daylight equals darkness. And that was the measuring point for the Julian calendar. The calendar that is in use widely now is the Gregorian calendar, which was created by Pope Gregory in 1582. And it uses as its basis the travel of the Earth around the sun as the measurement of a year. They're both very close. The only difference is the Julian calendar will differ by 3 days every 400 years. Now I want to point out that in the Serbian faith, Christmas is still December 25th. They have not departed in any way from that point. It is only that how that the arrival of that date is measured, and that's why there's a departure in the calendar that's now in wide use. The history of Serbia, I'll summarize it briefly because this is their day. The sad day for Serbia was the Battle of Kosovo in 1389, when they went to battle with the Ottoman Turks. They actually prevailed in that battle. I was surprised to see. In fact, the Sultan was killed. But the unfortunate outcome was that the Serbian forces were so enfeebled by the nature of that loss that after that they could no longer marshal any resistance to the Turks, and therefore fell under their domination. And that went on for several centuries, and there were a couple of major uprisings, the biggest one in 1804, where they rebelled against the Ottoman Turks, with some success. But true freedom didn't come until 1918, when they became recognized as an independent state among the world following the outcome of World War I. That was a costly war for them. 58% of the male population of Serbia was lost as casualties during that conflict. So I'm more than pleased to be asked to speak for them on this day, and I gladly do so. I know we have quite a bit of program today, so thank you for letting me share with you a little bit about the Serbian Christmas. And again, all together, Čestita Božić i Sretna Nova Godina.